think it through, brothers and sisters, and try to ask God's grace to understand all these things. Because I'm pretty sure that there's a reason, there's a very good reason why that happened to you, and that being angry about it is not the right thing to do. The last point from this talk, from the Sword of the Spirit teaching, sorry about the time. The fundamental truth, God is in charge of our lives and of the universe. Romans 8 verse 32, He who did not spare His own Son, but gave Him up for us all, will He not also give us all things with Him? So brothers and sisters, having said all that, it all boils down to God is the one, and Renz even pointed this out earlier in his exhortation. God is in control of our lives. We give Him the driver's seat. God is in charge of our lives because, brothers and sisters, God is in charge of the universe. Everything, even our lives. And so, being angry is natural. Acting on that anger and not surrendering it, not letting the Lord speak to you and explain to you or ask for God's guidance and how you can respond to that anger is foolish. As Christians, we should be slow to anger. We should surrender anything that's causing us to be angry to God and listen to Him, because He will tell us definitely how we should respond. And eventually, it would be the way that we would respond to it would be something that is an act of love. Because sometimes to being angry, the best way to address that is to do something out of love as well. Now, we have 2 discussion questions as we break into groups, or maybe not. What time do we have? What time do we need to leave? Okay, well, I guess I'll just leave this for the men's and women's groups because we are late, and I apologize. But I leave you with this, with my own personal thoughts on the talk. As I was going through the talk of the Sword of the Spirit on righteous and unrighteous anger, I thought about, Christians nowadays. And I think I said it earlier, I think we are not angry enough. I don't know if you here I am teaching you to be slow to anger, preaching to be slow to anger, to be patient, to approach in the right way. But I'm thinking, I feel that we are not angry enough as Christians. Because the world is full of sin, it's full of worldliness, and a lot of things that is not of God. Satan rules this world in many fronts, and we are not angry enough. And so, if we have to be angry on one thing, then we at least should be angry on things that we ought to be angry of. We should be angry of sin, of wrongdoing, of Satan, of the world. And just think if all the Christians in this world get angry on even just one thing, poverty, or abortion, or different kinds of injustices. And all the Christians used up all that energy, all their resources to address that and to get rid of that problem. I bet the world will be a different place to live. Of course, that's not being realistic. So I think, what about our church? What if one church? What if all the members of one church, your parish, your church, the members got angry, on one thing, and used up all their energy and their resources to address this one issue or one sin? I bet that parish or church will be free of that issue, more quickly than they expect. But I know that's impossible. But I think this one thing, this one challenge I live is possible. What if one person, what if an individual, what if you try to get angry on the things that we ought to be angry of, and use that energy to come up with something that is good to address that issue? Then I bet it would help us be more zealous, be more be more proactive in our Christian way of life. Just remember, we have the Spirit in us. We are empowered. So there is nothing that we cannot do. We are, after all, ardent disciples of Christ. So, I say that we should be slow to anger in a lot of things that are, normally unjustified. But on the things that we have the right to be angry on, let's do something and act on it. And with that, I end my talk, brothers and sisters. Thank you for your time.